said.
Quick disclaimer before the video starts. I've already done the 1v1 in real time, so this was the last recording of my training in preparation for the 1v1. After this video, feel free to check out the results from my socials, as well as By the Bars YouTube channel. What's up YouTube? It's Eli Hybrid. Right now I'm with my brother. We're doing a mock test, or you can say we're running through the set that I'll be doing. So I'm going to be linking RX. He's going to be the one that's going to be my fake opponent for the scenario, and then we're going to run through it. Yeah, going through this is going to help me to actually know how I want to break it down. It helps me to just not run into it blind. Like if I get fatigued here, okay, I know I need to take a break earlier, or understand how it's always good to know, okay, there's competition. How can you push yourself, basically? As you can see, guys, the bars are wet. It rained overnight, but we're going to make do what we have. So yeah, I'm going to be going against RX. He's going to be my opponent for this scenario. I'm going to run through it.
It's your boy RX, yeah. I'm gonna try and help Eli when it comes to tempo, yeah. I'm not the fastest, but I've got decent pull strength, yeah. So especially when it comes to pulls, I'm just gonna be wanging it, yeah. You man are used to the RX certified muscle ups. You won't be here today, yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of explosive movement. It's gonna try and make it hard for me. It's gonna make it more difficult for me. It's gonna force me to work on my pace.
8 muscle ups.
So right now I'm gonna talk about things I could have done better, or things that I've learned to do for my next 1v1. So this is my first time doing endurance under pressure. So when it came to the 8 muscle ups, I thought, let me do them quickly. But then once I saw him flying over the bar, and then he was like a tempo in front of me. So by the time on my second muscle up, he's already on his third. That's when I started to rush them. But the crazy thing about that is that when I started rushing it, I started having too much momentum. So as you could tell, I was swinging about too much. And yeah, I did swing a bit more because I was already fatigued for some reason. Not even for some reason, I was a bit overworked during the week, under-rested. So when I did my first 5 muscle-ups, you could tell my form started to go away. But definitely when it comes to muscle-ups, I need to improve my explosiveness, which are going to come through working on pull. So row to 80 kg pull-up, that's going to improve that. But then also I need to just make sure my form is consistent. So right now we're doing pull-ups, and I've already ran into my first obstacle, which is lat fatigue and lactic acid buildup. So these are 2 things that, one, I dealt with during this set, but I also dealt with on the day. So I learned that I need to improve my lat endurance. I need to start doing 1 heavier pull-ups and muscle-ups, weighted anyway. And then also I need to start doing more endurance sets, just make sure that when I do things like 10-10-10, that's light work. And I say this because right now I'm doing my pull-ups in sets of 2s and 1s after having rested for a bit longer than compared to my opponent. So my opponent, RX in this case, every time he rests, he's getting at least 4 to 5, which is going to help him to get ahead of me. At this point, it was a mixture of lat fatigue and a build-up of lactic acid that was messing up my momentum. So right now, RX is on his dips, so he's already ahead of me. There's 40 dips for us to do, and I'm still trying to fight for those 1 reps, 2 reps, just to finish off the set.
Forty dips now. Oh, you're playing catch up here.
Doing these dips straight after those 30 pulls was killer. One thing I need to work on is maintaining retraction throughout the full pull-up, because when I was doing the pull-ups, I'm compensating with more with my arms as opposed to my back. And then supersetting that with 40 dips, my arms felt like jelly, like it was actually so peak.
Nice.
And one thing I learned is that doing dips when it comes to a competition is different to hypertrophy. So if you're looking at the way I do the dips now, you can tell I'm using a lot more of my triceps.
them right
So
now.
I'm keeping it somewhat clean in a sense. But when it comes to just doing endurance, getting those reps out, I needed to use a bit more momentum or a bit more of street lifting. So it targets my chest a bit more. The squats were calm. I just need to work on my hip flexors so I have enough range of motion, so I'm getting enough depth. Also, I should have made sure to have my arms by my side just so I can allow some blood to flow into my arms, because right now I'm trying to do these muscle ups and it felt like a myth, man. This was when I was at the peakest point of
60 push-ups.
lactic acid buildup. So my arms are super pumped right now. They feel like I have no range of motion.
Up there.
So even these chicken wing muscle ups, found out they don't actually count when I do it at the 1v1. So technically all my reps did not count. But when it came to RX, his reps were much cleaner and they all counted.
All four right here. Up. Last one. Right here. Do it right here.
Another thing I need to learn to do is maximize the energy I have and be efficient. So if you compared RX's last 4 muscle ups compared to mine, I'm still trying to do somewhat of a clean muscle up. But with him, he's opening up the chest. He's even using a bit of his lower back and he's engaging all of that. But me, I'm still trying to do somewhat clean. Like there's no momentum and it's gonna be difficult, especially if my arms are fatigued. So all this is just wasted effort.
I'm nearly halfway through, get that done.
– 60 push-ups. Come on, push yourself, man.
Every time you're recovering, torso up. Let the oxygen in.
Another thing I learned is that if you're playing catch up, it is very difficult for you physically as well as mentally. Like think about it. It was just them pull-ups that messed me up, and then obviously the fatigue from the dips is what is adding on to my fatigue for the push-ups. However, what was also messing me up is the fact that he's resting in his own time. But when you're playing catch up, you're technically rushing your breaks and you're not going to go at the same tempo unless you know you absolutely demolish that person in that given exercise.
Remember, you're not going there to lose. Come on.
Now it's burpees. I've learned I can do military style instead, where I hit my hands on my hips as opposed to raising them up in the air. I know all these things I'm pointing out seem small, but they all contribute to whether you're the one that wins or you're the one that loses. because it was all about maximizing performance and minimizing fatigue.
The grip.
Feeling fresh.
Not sure if you guys heard that, but RX literally just said, I need to get a head start because he's feeling fresh. Obviously, this guy was lying, but it was to encourage me to push harder. But when it came down to it, he might as well have just said he was telling the truth, because if you look at his pull-ups compared to my pull-ups, it's much more efficient, and he actually completed the whole set in one round. And it's at this point right now where I'm seeing his rhythm, I'm seeing him flow, and I'm like, I need to get back on the bar. But my body was not allowing me to just finish the set. I already did 10 in one set, and look at him finishing 20 for one set. Like, man. It was at this point that I felt like my body was betraying me. My arms were super pumped because of the fact of all that lactic acid buildup. So just doing one pull-up just felt like I was pulling an additional 60 kg.
Nothing out there. That's right, come on. Stretches for an eternity.
It's the darkness of the set right here. Bro.
That's why I said on Friday we should do like 20% work.
Yeah.
So at least
Alright. YouTube. We lost. We lost this simulation, innit? He beat me. So a couple of things that we found out. Pulls, I need a better rhythm. I already knew that, but it got shown properly today. 2, yeah, learning how to manage my fatigue on my lats. If I know how to minimize the fatigue, it will help. 3, what else was there?
just better coaching, innit? Because my man's multitasking, yeah, with pulling out and recording, yeah. There's certain times when he should have told you chill out for a bit that he didn't, but that's because he's focused on 2 different things.
Yeah, man, right now I feel so pumped it hurts, man.
Hey man, I thought man was gonna have an asthma attack, fam. Flippin' hell. I was wheezing, cuz it was kind of dark.
No, burpees and squats are calm, but... And that's it for the video. I lost the practice, but if you're curious for the 1v1 result, check the first linked video in my description where you can see the full video there. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next video.